Testing, 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 testing. A little bit low. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Should be good to go. Jamie, what's happening? Top of the morning to you. How's it going, buddy? How's beautiful Pattaya? One of these days, I'm going to get out there. Me and my buddy here, Longhorns, if I can get him out of bed. Well, that's not a bad thing. Niall, good morning to you. What's happening? It's another day in lovely, in the cock. It's another lovely day in the cock. What time is it? It's 9:02 on a what? What's today? Tuesday? No, today's a Wednesday. Sorry. A Wednesday. And here in the cock. Can you imagine a radio station? W cock. Yeah, come down. Just give some sentiments for the shirts. Will be happy. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate that. Are your boys in school? School is not in session in Thailand. It is in session, but everything is online. The cock is hot and sticky like my balls. I love that line. It was from The Sopranos, but one is the cock is better than two in the bush. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one either now. Yeah, school is not in session right now. In person, rather. Is that shirt makes it look like you're sweating like that? I know, and I'm not. You know, I have like 100 different. I have like 100 different T-shirts, and you know, most of them are worn out now, but I just still wear them, and this is one of my favorite ones. I got to go through them and get rid of some. But anyway, it's 84 degrees right now here, Fahrenheit. High 91, low is 77. 30% chance of rain. Doesn't look too bad today. 82% humidity. And at 9:04 in the morning, it feels like 95 degrees here. And we are not so fortunate. We don't have that beach breeze that Pattaya has and Hua Hin has. Every time I think about Hua Hin, I think about going somewhere else, like Cha'am or Prachuap or somewhere, and looking for like a cheap apartment. Anyway, the wind, yeah, there is some wind here, 6 miles an hour north-northwest, so I stand corrected. But the breeze helps, yeah. Well, you know, it is Southeast Asia. Let's see here. 33.40 for the Thai baht, and the air quality is 65. Now, this morning, we have a few things to cover here. But I was looking at this. The one thing that really gets me is this. Thailand is considering the same travel measures for domestic travelers as those imposed on foreign tourists. And this comes from the transport minister, which quite honestly doesn't really carry all that much weight. But the transport minister says that they need to consider, Thailand needs to consider new rules for domestic tourists. He said, this guy's name is, he's a transport minister, Saksaam Chitchok, said on Monday that the same travel measures should be applied to domestic travelers as those imposed on foreign tourists. He said all domestic travelers should produce proof of 2 jabs, which, you know, not everybody wants to get the jab, right? Um, and also a negative RT-PCR test no later than 72 hours before travel. So, in other words, if you want to travel by plane, train, or bus here in Thailand, you're gonna. He's trying to say that this should be done. I don't think it will be. I think it's way too much of a pain in the ass. Um, but this guy, this is the illogical logic that I'm talking about. It's just complete. It's a complete farce. It's, okay, well, you can't have sex without 3 masks on and a shield, but you don't have to use a condom if you're married. You don't have to use a condom, but you got to use 3 masks and a face shield and gloves and you know. Initially, these measures may be enforced only for long-distance interprovincial trips via planes, trains, or buses. We believe the public health standards for local residents and foreigners should be of the same standard. This is the only way we can ensure safety and curb the spread of COVID-19 when the country reopens, Saksayam said. Now, listen, I mean, everybody wants to be safe, right? We all want safety. There's no doubting that. People want to be safe, whether it's from the virus or something else. They want to be safe. But first of all, this is a transport minister, and he can recommend that that these restrictions are imposed, but that doesn't mean it's going to happen. But just the simple matter that he's even saying things, it strikes me the wrong way, of course. And the other thing, the big one, let me see something here. The big one is that he almost sounds as if, well, you know what? Once the foreigners come in, it's not going to be safe here. So we need to impose these restrictions and these guidelines. Which, first of all, what are they opening up if it's not going to be safe? Second of all, foreigners who are fully vaccinated should technically be okay themselves. But if you have the 70% of the population vaccinated like they're supposed to be, and Bangkok is now supposedly 70% vaccinated, then what are you worried about? People are going to die. People die every day. I'm so sick of this stuff. And, I've been very patient and tried to see all sides, and I always try to do that. I try to look at both sides and try to acknowledge that, okay, well, you don't want to lean too far to either side because sometimes people get a little bit carried away. But this is too much. Now, I don't know. I doubt this is going to go anywhere, because what foreign traveler is going to come to the country? He's going to be here for a while, and then he goes with his wife, and his wife's going to have to go through a test and all this other shit. Listen, my wife's going to work today. She has to go to work, to the office. She goes once or twice a week now. That's what they want from her. And she's going in. She's got to get the swab. And I said, well, be prepared to have that thing stuck up your nose, but other than that, you'd be all right. So this is how far they're going here. I mean, they're willing to have people tested and everything. And I don't know that it's a bad thing that The thing is if you are vaccinated, then if the people are vaccinated, why are you worried about testing people? It's gone so far overboard. And who was it yesterday? Let me see if I can find this info. This was from Pate Bob. His panties were in a little bit of a bunch. I don't even know what the hell he was on about here. I'm trying to. He was on his. He was a little bit upset because apparently China had an elderly couple. Well, let me see. Are they elderly? There was a couple in Beijing who was enjoying China's tourist sites, and apparently they spread this virus, and now the people in Beijing, the government, the local government, is all up in arms because of what's going on here. In the latest resurgence in China, the last holdout of several so-called COVID zero countries seeking to eliminate the virus. It comes just days after the country contained two separate Delta outbreaks. It is an elderly couple. The elderly couple at the center of the outbreak tested positive on Saturday during the tour, which started on around October 9th and included stops in Gansu and Inner Mongolia. A day earlier, the pair underwent batch testing in Gansu, where they were informed that their results came back abnormal. They left the city nevertheless. My God, man. You know, they want perfection here, and they're never going to get it. This is like Zen. This is exactly what it is. It's like Zen. You want Zen. You want to achieve Zen. But seldom do you ever accomplish it. Do you ever reach that pinnacle? You know, you do something and you're not even thinking, it just happens and it's perfection. Yeah, it happens once in a great while. For some people more than others. But, you know, now all of China is upset about this. You know, they have one case and they're going nuts. And I have a feeling this is how it's going to be. If you are deemed to be at risk or you're deemed to be positive, the people are going to jump all over you, man. It's like, you know, oh, you were at Starbucks and you tested positive. Okay, and what do you want me to do? I'm vaccinated. How about you vaccinate the other people in the place? Or you stop worrying about it? And if they're 90 years old and they're on their deathbed, maybe they shouldn't be coming to Starbucks. You know, there has to be some common sense. I don't really see a whole lot of it nowadays. It seems like, you know, people don't ever see, hey, what's the end goal here? The end goal is just to live your life out without the government hovering over you like a helicopter. Crazy. All right, now, what was this other one that I wanted to talk about here? Oh, well, we'll talk about that at the end. But first, still are being told to book quarantine accommodations. Those people, and Chuck is one of those, who contacted, I think it was the consulate in Los Angeles, and he was told, you're still going to have to quarantine. So I don't understand what's up with that. Hey, Steve, how you doing? Do me a favor, please, and leave a thumbs up. You got 30 people so far watching with Not a whole lot right now, but hopefully there'll be more. But do me a favor, leave a thumbs up, subscribe, check out the description down below if you want any further info, how to support the channel. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Now, let me take a look here. Foreign travelers looking to enter Thailand after November 1st are still being told by overseas Thai embassies to book quarantine accommodations, multiple sources told the Thai Inquirer this week, despite statements by the government saying that the country was partially opening up. Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha said earlier this month in a nationally televised address that Thailand will open its doors to vaccinated travelers from a list of 10 safe countries starting November 1st. All right, where are the 10 countries? I only know 5 so far. They haven't even told the other 5. And it's the 20th of October. They still haven't said which one. I don't understand what the hassle is with this. It's like, get it together, man. Before you release a press statement, figure it out. What are the 10? You say, right now we have 5 countries. In the future, we'll be adding more. Don't just say, oh, well, there's 10 countries. There could be as many as like 32 countries. That's what they're saying now. The Prime Minister said it was time for the country to gradually reopen in accordance with his government's plans. I don't think they have any plans. Sorry. I think they grab stuff out of the sky. They're like, what are we going to do today? I mean, the tourists will magically reappear. Yes, they'll reappear. The tourist will, it's like magic. Poof, they'll reappear. I hope they do for the Thai people's sake. But that's about, it seems like that's what it's like here. Pride said the decision was made with the economy in mind, even though COVID-related repercussions were likely. Okay, and then what's going to happen? See, where's the plan for this? What are we going to do after that? Are you going to just lock down people again? What are you going to do? They need to have some kind of plan in place, and they need to release it to the public. They need to let the people who are going to come here know, hey, you can come here, but guess what? If things break out here, we're going to give a 3-day leeway for people to leave. If you don't leave after that, we're shutting everything down and you're not leaving. Something like that. They have to have some kind of guidelines in place, and I hope they do. Let's see. According to multiple travelers looking to enter the kingdom, Thai embassies overseas have told visa applicants that they have received no instructions from the foreign ministry in Bangkok about the lifting of restrictions for vaccinated travelers. The embassy told us we still need a certificate of entry and still need to book quarantine accommodations, said the one foreign traveler looking to enter Thailand from the United States. Another tourist shared an email from the London embassy which read, we have not been officially advised regarding November yet. If you're planning to travel to Thailand soon, you may prepare as if you're going into a quarantine hotel. The tourist said he was unable to obtain a visa without booking accommodations. Queries to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs were not immediately answered. It is unclear why a key communication delivered by the Prime Minister to the nation was not forwarded to foreign mission overseas. I think it's supposed to be foreign missions, which brings me to another point, and that is the certificates of entry. They don't make the plans. They're told what to do like the rest of the shithouse countries participating in this scam. I don't know that I would word it that way, but I don't know that I would phrase it the way you did, but I get your gist. Now, here's the thing. They're saying they're doing away with their certificate of entry, but in effect, this Thailand pass is almost exactly like the certificate of entry. It is still unclear whether or not you're going to need insurance to come here, $100,000 worth of insurance. It's still unclear. So, like for people who are looking to come here, and obviously in this chat, there are at least a few people willing to come here as as soon as things open up, just even a little bit more. But they want specifics. And so if they don't know if they're gonna, if they need to go through their consulate or embassy in their country, and they can't do that, and they don't know about the insurance, well, how are they going to come here? So there's and see, to me, it's a setup for failure, at least in the immediate future. Further down the road, this is what usually happens. You, you still have a 1-year visa, Dre. When does it expire? I think part of the problem also that the Thai government is facing is they know that is a core group of people that are just steadfast lovers of Thailand. They love Thailand so much. They will never say anything bad about the country. They will never admit that things are bad or going wrong, or they just won't do it. They just refuse. It's like if you say anything, and I've heard it from a number of people in my time here. It's like if I say something like, well, I wish that they could do better when it comes to the way they handle their visa process, or that people who have families here were treated better, or something like that, I get, well, then go home. If you don't like it, go home. Oh, never mind. My wife said it's not good. Yeah, there you go. It's going to expire eventually, whether you got a re-entry permit or not. So I think they're once again. Maybe I should get a shirt that just says delusional. Who said anything about a COVID visa? I don't know what you're talking about, Duke Nukem. Steve, thank you very much. You are the first, hopefully not the last, and hopefully not my everything. Every time I hear "you're the first," I can't help but going into Barry White. That's such a classic song. The COVID visa. What? Who said anything about a COVID visa? He's talking about he was here before. He had I believe it was a marriage visa. Well, then why did you say that? You come in and say that you don't even know what we're talking about. We're talking about he was here before he had a marriage visa. He went back to the States, and now his visa is expired. He thought it was not expired. However, it's only good for a year, even if you got a re-entry permit. But if you come back before the end of the visa, then you can still extend it. $12 million a year die from starvation, 2 million from diarrhea. Is this on the TV world 24 hours a day? It does if it makes some money. Listen, I just told my buddy the other day, I took off all my news apps from my phone. I took off Facebook, and I took off Twitter, and I don't want to look at them all the time. I'm sick and tired of them. And it's if you like, for me, it's important because I kind of need to know what's going on. People expect me to know what's going on, and I don't always know what's going on. But like, there's just a point. There's just a point where you feel better, got a good night's sleep. I didn't look at any apps late, or I didn't look at my screen during the day because I already had taken care of everything I needed to take care of. And so You know, I think I think that alone says something. Would be if they can blame it on Trump. Okay. Well, you know what I find funny is everybody blames everything on Trump. You know, you can't blame it. Listen, this guy Biden, the way that I look at it from over here and from being a layman, not some political expert, whatever that means. You know, I'm not studied in politics. I didn't get a degree in politics or, political history or anything like that. Um, Anybody who becomes a politician, they're putting themselves out there. Um, and Biden is just, to me, he's not so stupid. He's not as stupid as people think, but he's a dummy. He's still a dummy. That's my opinion. He's an idiot. The thing about Trump is he would be he's the kind of guy who acts on emotion, and he's a New Yorker. And while he's not always the most intelligent guy, and he's not he doesn't really care how he speaks, which I can relate to that a little bit. But the problem was not with Trump. The problem was with all the people who hated the fact that he won. Now we have Biden in office. Hey, he's the president. He damn sure better do a good job. And guess what? He's doing a terrible job. And that little peppermint patty twat, Psaki, for her to giggle and for her to act like everything is no big deal, this is gaslighting at its finest. And it's not only in the United States, it's not only in Thailand. Headboard Harris, that's pretty good. Heels up Harris. Well, I kind of like the thought of heels up, Well, I mean, what was it that he was trying? Oh, well, the whole what's happened with the? I haven't even looked. What's happened with the $600 thing? I don't think that's going to go anywhere. These bastards they don't. First of all, I don't have that much money. It's not like I'm sitting on hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I'm not that stupid to keep all of it in one place. You know, I'm I'm your everything. Thank you very much, Tom. Listen, now there's a reason. Oh God, I came here. I came here just to do a few things. I got some. Yes, I do think. I do think that if we ignore, listen, when I went out to like Cowlock and I just walked out on the beach, nobody had mask on. Riley, nobody had mask on, or very, very few people had mask on. It was like it was a different world. There was none of that bullshit going on. Where was I? Yeah, I feel quite a bit fresher. I got to remember not to look at there's a couple of things going on with me. I need new glasses, which I've been putting off. I need to go get my eyes checked, and I don't even know if they're going to take me. I think they will, but yeah, I don't see any reason why not. I don't think they're that overwhelmed at Wade Tenney Hospital at the ear, eyes, and nose. Empowering the IRS to search bank accounts without a warrant. Well, what I was saying was, it's not like I have so much money in one account. I'm not rich. I mean, most people aren't. I'm not filthy rich. Is this I was going to say, is this the Japanese guy? Hello to the Japanese guy. I don't know how to read your name, but thank you very much for always liking my videos. Appreciate that. He's the guy who comes in here, and he's always in here working on his computer, but he's not here today. Why is it that they want to know every little freaking thing that we do? Why don't they worry about their damn selves and do their job, which their job is not to be hall monitor, speech monitor. You know, that's not what if they want to monitor anything, monitor Hunter Biden, monitor the president's son, look into his laptop. Jesus Christ. Yeah, listen, I hope I'm dead by the time it gets worse. If it does get worse, it might, but who knows? It could turn around. That's the thing. I do have some hope. You know, I don't want to think that the sky is falling and that all hope is lost. And you know, and who knows? Listen, I mean, I'm a Republican and I'm conservative, but that does not mean that if I thought there was somebody that was a much better candidate that was a Democrat and their ideals aligned with mine, which they definitely don't align with mine now, they're so far away from the way I think. I'm wondering what the hell planet they're on with all the police defunding and looking into your bank account and all this other kind of crap that they're doing. I'm willing to vote independent. I'm willing to vote for anybody that is good. And the problem is our choices are limited. But one thing I was going to say when I came in today, I was just going to do some work on the computer. Then I saw a couple of these articles. I thought, might as well talk about them because I don't feel like doing a video about it. I come in here and I thought, where's the little smiling barista? And no half. There's two guys working today. One of the guys, I don't know who he is. Never seen him before. Maybe he's an emergency worker. I don't know. So you got one guy, then the other guy who's like the assistant manager. So there is no beer, there is no Creo, there is no tea, and there are no other women working here. So it doesn't matter that I'm not on my phone today. For all you guys like Gennaro, who's probably out there listening but not talking because he hasn't seen any women yet. Choke D to Mr. Tom, choke D to Mr. Steve. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. So let me go on here, though. You're going to like this next one. But let me finish this one. Oh, what was that? Oh, we already said that. We already went over that. Considering the new rules. The domestic, if you want to travel domestically, it's the same as traveling internationally. That's what they want here. What did I do? Let's see here. Yeah. So right now it's the 20th, and nobody knows anything back in America. What is this here? Stream count suddenly drops. Oh well. JK. I did the same thing. Unsubscribed from 95% of all my online news. I unsubscribed from all of it, and I figure I can just use the browser if I really need to see the news. And I've also unsubscribed or deleted the app, the Facebook pages, Facebook Messenger, and also Twitter. So I find that I don't look at them nearly as often. Maybe once a day, if that. They already know majority about individuals living a certain whistleblower from years ago. Feel better information diet. Yes, definitely. Thank you. Some hotels in Bangkok put alcohol back into their minute bars in the last couple of days. I'm not sure what officially changed. How do you know that? I mean, are you in Bangkok? Are you in Thailand? How do you know this? So, give me a source. Because the last in smaller hotels, I wouldn't doubt that. We were in the Hilton, and no half. Don't have anything. And my wife's been to several hotels in the last, I don't know, last month. It's part of her job. And she's like, no. Now, she's not dealing with some little one-star guest house or something like that, two-star guest house. She's not dealing with those. But, all in all, the majority of them, they don't want to get caught. But, the chance of some places getting caught, like when we were in, I already told the story, we were in Hua Hin, and we were sitting in this place. We just had a strawberry smoothie. We both had a strawberry smoothie because that was all they had. And then this case of beer comes up, gets delivered from like a motorbike, and they start putting the beer away. And then these two, it was actually two Western girls come in. They look like they probably lived in the city or they were staying there or something. They grabbed the Coke. The one girl grabbed the Coke. She poured the Coke out, rinsed it out, and then they poured the beer in there. And then she drank some of it. They poured the rest of it in. And then she said, okay, see you later. Boom, she left. So, blocking all the information that doesn't conform to their agenda is the same as the Nazis burning all the books. Well, I think we're in a strange time right now. We're in a very strange time in our history. I was thinking the other day. I was listening to this song. It's called "Sunshine." It's by this guy named Jonathan Edward, which I never knew his name until today when I was listening to the song. Or I didn't remember his name. And I was thinking back. I thought, when was this song made? It was 1971, so 50 years ago. And I remember being a kid hearing that song. And then I remember the time, and what was going on at that time. And granted, I was a kid. But man, it seems so much more peaceful than this. There's way too much drama about damn near everything. It's like people are looking to pick into. I mean, I can't even. Jesus, let me go on and check. I want to check a couple of other news sites just to see. And I haven't looked at them in a couple of days. I don't even know if I want to look at CNN. It'll probably ruin my day. I thought that if you look on Joe Rogan's Instagram, you'll see a little video. You'll see a little video where he's got the various news sites, and then it'll say, it'll come up MSNBC or CBS. Every one of them is brought to you by Pfizer. So what does that tell you? Man, my internet's they'll say this is the craziest time they ever witnessed in their lifetime. Yeah, I mean, my father's 80 years old. That's the same thing. All right, let me see if I can get this thing working here. Is everything all right? One moment, please. What is going on here? You know what? Let me do it this way. Yeah.